Hi, my name is Matt Kendricks. I am the project lead for dSIPRouter. So what I want to talk about today is a new feature called translations, which is part of the summer release of dSIPRouter, which is 0.75. This feature allows you to translate from one protocol to another. So let's go ahead and get started and kind of show you what problems we're trying to solve. The problem that we're trying to solve here is the ability to translate from TLS to SIP. So in this use case here, you're seeing is where the carrier is sending us traffic on TLS. dSIPRouter will then translate that to SIP. It will also translate the actual SDP as well. So it'll go from secure RTP to a non-secure RTP as well. And you'll be able to do that from the UI. The real benefits of this is that a couple of different things. One, TLS is supported out of the box with dSIPRouter. You don't need to figure out how to configure it. You just need to provide a certificate. Let's Encrypt is integrated with dSIPRouter. So as long as you actually set up the actual host name in DNS properly, you can use Let's Encrypt to create your certificate. And then from there, dSIPRouter will automatically put it in all the proper places so that it can work properly. Second thing, everything is done via the UI, right? So kind of as I mentioned before, is that you're not necessarily having to do anything from a Camilio perspective in order to get this to work. You just go in the UI and set that, and I'll show you that in a second. And then last thing is that you really don't need to learn Camilio or OpenSIPs, right? I mean, it's good to always have a background and understand a little bit about it, just if you wanted to extend things or you wanted to be able to troubleshoot things. But for the most part, you don't need to know anything about Camilio or OpenSIPs. So let's go ahead and let's go through an example of actually getting this configured. So I'm already logged into dSIPRouter. I'll go over to carrier groups. We have a carrier group already, and it's already configured to allow inbound traffic, right? So everything is good there. There's a video that we have that explains how to set up Twilio. We actually have a module that we built, a plugin module that allows you to use the Twilio API. Basically, if you have an API key, you can give it to dSIPRouter. dSIPRouter will then go configure an elastic SIP trunk for you and set it all up for outbound calling. Since this is more of inbound situation, you would need to go in and just set it up so that it send calls to the actual dSIPRouter instance, but that's not super complicated. Again, we have a video that actually goes through this whole process of setting it up in detail, and that link will actually be inside the notes of this video. All right, so next thing we need to do is go set up our endpoint group. All right, so here's our endpoint group. We're going to call it Fusion PBX because we're going to be talking to a Fusion PBX server. Specify the endpoint. The host is going to be just fusionpbx.dsiprouter.com, 5080. The signaling, we're going to switch to SIP, right, because it's coming over TLS. And then we're also going to specify non-secure RTP. And then we're just going to say this is the Fusion PBX in the description. Save it, add it. And then the last thing we're going to do before we do a reload on the Camilio configuration is set up an inbound route. So I'm going to say add an inbound route. The phone number that is tied to this is this here, is a plus. And it's actually this number right there. And we'll do it again. All right, and then the endpoint group we're going to go to is our Fusion PBX server here. Click add, and then now we're going to do a reload. All right, so that's all we need to do here. In order to see what's happening from the SIP perspective, we're going to just drop into dSIPRouter here, into my terminal. So dSIPRouter is on the right, and on the left is Fusion PBX. So we just want to see the traffic because obviously we will not see the actual We will not see the actual call on the right because it's coming over as TLS, right? So you won't be able to see that in nesting grep. But to the left in the Fusion PBX window, you'll be able to see it. So let me just call it. Let's see what happens.
Enter your ID followed by pound.
Perfect. So what's happening is here is that
Enter your ID followed by pound.
so, and actually I forgot we're translating from TLS to SIP, so you will see it on the Chameleon side here, right? So you see it going from the Chameleon box to the actual Fusion PBX box. And then on this side here, if I make this a little bit bigger, you can see the traffic going here. And I hit F3. We can see that there was audio that was there as well. So it's working as it should. Super simple to set up. What I want you to do now is to go try this out yourself. If you need help and you need to understand how to do this in detail, step by step, we have a video that we created for this. It is a paid video. The link will be inside of the notes for this video. But if you need help to do it, you can obviously give it a try on your own. If you need help, you can click the link by that video, and it'll give you step-by-step process on how to set that up. Okay? So I will talk to you soon. This is once again Matt Kendricks. I'm the project lead for dSIPRouter, and I am talking to you about the latest release, 0.75. It is called our summer release. And in this video, we just talked about how to configure translations, and in particular, we talked about TLS to SIP. All right, talk to you soon.